Hello friends, good evening, greetings to all of you. So here I, Kunal Nagpal, would like to address you once again on this great economic session. As all of us are quite aware of the fact that if the captain of the ship is quite resourceful and he actually prioritizes his overall tasks in a very strategic manner, then the ship is bound to be steered in a correct direction, and the voyage is obviously going to be a successful one. So as the captain of our ship is a very insightful leader, respected Narendra Modi sir. So our ship, that is the Indian economy, is sailing in a very strategic manner. Here is the proof. As all of us are quite aware that recently UNDP conducted a survey according to which India's performance in the overall attainment of the sustainable development goals was quite prominent. India's success was quite prominent, and we talk particularly about the eradication of the poverty. India performed extraordinarily well, and the basic ingredient of success in this particular domain has been very beautifully demonstrated by our respected Prime Minister sir. He has truly depicted that India using technology as a weapon in the war against poverty has proved to be truly remarkable. So the respected Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji on Wednesday said the number of unicorns in India has doubled since 2021, making the country the third largest startup hub in the world. So the overall technological environment in our country is so favorable, given the demographic dividend is actually one of the most important factors in the very successful sailing of our Indian economy as a whole. We have over 81,000 recognized startups. There are hundreds of international companies that have R&D centers in India, the Prime Minister said while inaugurating the 3-day Bengaluru Tech Summit virtually. He attributed India's success with the startups to its vast talent pool. And here I would like to bring to your notice that a country which actually progresses in the overall development of the startups, that is the overall sector of the entrepreneurs, then that country is bound to be a successful one. That is, the overall funding in the field of venture capitalism is actually the key factor in the overall success of an economy. In a call to the startup investors, PM Modi ji said the country has many excellent factors coming together. Your investment and our innovation can do wonders. Your trust and our tech talent can make the things happen, he said, inviting them to work with us as we lead the world in solving its problems. It is such a beautiful feeling to read these statements by our respected Prime Minister sir. India's fortune will be much bigger than the present because the country has innovative youth, that is the overall demographic dividend is so favorable, and increasing tech access, the Prime Minister said. The power of India's youth is known across the world. You will find young Indians leading many domains, he said. India has jumped to 40th place in the Global Innovation Index this year from 81 in 2015. This is truly remarkable. Talking about the mobile and data revolution sweeping across the country, Modi ji said in the last 8 years, broadband connections rose from 60 million to 810 million, and smartphone use went from 150 million to 750 million, that is 5 times. The growth of the internet is faster in the rural areas than in the urban areas, he added. This is truly remarkable because the overall growth of the rural areas is actually quite a prominent factor in the overall excelling of the society as a whole. In India, technology is a force of equality and empowerment, the Prime Minister said. The world's largest health insurance scheme, Ayushman Bharat, provides a safety net for nearly 200 million families. It means about 600 million people. This program is run based on a tech platform. India is using technology as a weapon in the war against poverty. Very well demonstrated, he said. Under the great scheme run by the Rural Leadership Program of India, we are using drones to map lands in the rural areas. Then the property cards are given to the people. This reduces the land disputes. This is quite an innovative idea. It also helps the poor to access the financial services and credit. Technology has allowed the small businesses to find a big customer through the government e-marketplace, Modi ji said. This is actually the correct utilization of technology, right? Which is actually helping our economy to actually bear the fruits in a very correct and in a very correct manner. Because if we strategize our overall policies in a correct manner, then we are bound to attain success in all our endeavors. Technology has also helped with online tendering. This has accelerated the projects and boosted transparency. It has also hit a procurement value of 1 trillion rupees last year, he said. Under the Gati Shakti National Master Plan for the multimodal connectivity, India is investing about 100 trillion rupees in infrastructure over the next few years, the Prime Minister said. In the past, the time and cost overruns used to be common, but Gati Shakti was a shared platform which helps the states and the central government authorities to coordinate and helps them understand what the other is doing, he said. So, as we can see, our respected Prime Minister Shree Narendra Modi ji has very beautifully demonstrated that how our country is actually playing with the technology in such an innovative manner that it is bearing fruits for our country so beautifully. That and these statistics are actually proving that we are sailing in a boat that we are actually sailing with a boat whose GPS is so well planned. So our voyage is bound to be a successful one. We really feel proud to be India. And I would like to end this discussion by saying, India of my dreams, where we basically count our success by the great strategies of our pioneer leaders. I feel proud to be an Indian, and so should be you. Thank you so much.